So I think I talked about this last time. I was going to cast on for it, and I cast on the way to your dad's on Sunday because I wanted to get the ribbing cast on. So because I'm like, I can work on ribbing. I don't need to pay any attention to that. The Alpengluhen by Isabel Kramer. But my friend that I'm knitting it with, we're a little bit the same when it comes to knitting things. So I had thought about it when I cast on, and then I'm like, oh no, she would have said something. And she came in today and said something after we've already, cast on.
Started.
So so Alpengluhen is it's a bottom up cardigan that it's knit in one piece up to the underarms, and it has like 18 stitch cable panel up each front side. And I was thinking about it, the way that the stitches are kind of set up, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to worry about it because I'm sure she took care of it. That I like when the ribbing feeds into the cables. It just looks really nice. Yeah. But when Amanda came to see me today, what she told me was, yeah, no, it doesn't.
No?
So she dropped down one spot and tried to fix it. And so, yeah. So she is starting over. She was 10 rows into the body. And so I'm going to have to rip back and recast on and figure out how to do it because I really want those cables to feed into, or the ribbing to feed into the cables. So, but it'll be easier now because the pattern doesn't have a chart. I don't know why it doesn't have a cable chart. But I need that visual to see where I'm at. So I used my designing program today and made myself a cable chart.
Smart.
So
yeah. Why not? It makes sense.
Yep, because I need the cable chart to go off of to see where I'm going and everything. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really fast knit too. So I'm knitting this one. I'm knitting it based on Isabel's pattern, and I'm using her stitch counts. But I did do a custom fit draft to just kind of see where things fall with it, as far as the shaping. So I think I'm going to see like when I get a little bit further, because the nice thing with this sweater is that there's the cable panels on the front, but the back is all stockinette. So all of the shaping happens on the back of the sweater. And I'm curious to see how my custom fit pattern compares where the shaping should be starting and how much shaping there is compared to Isabel's pattern, which I think she probably uses just standard shaping and sizing for it. So it'll be interesting, and I might just do something in between. But otherwise, I'm knitting the pattern as is, but I'm doing more ribbing on the bottom, and so the pattern has 2 inches of ribbing. I think I'm going to do 4 on the bottom, and I'm probably going to do 6-inch cuffs, 6-inch ribbed cuffs. And somebody had the brilliant idea, and now I'm going to do it. I think this came up at in Sweater Lab on Thursday night, because I'm going to do the cuffs. I'll just have like 2 inches of ribbing on them, but I'm going to start the ribbing sooner, and then so I'll have probably about 5 to 6 inches of exposed ribbing on the sleeve. But then I'm also going to go down longer to probably right below my knuckles, and I'm going to put a thumb hole in it.
Sure, yeah.
So
you can
when I'm not...
fold it over if you want to.
Fold it over, or I can use it to, And then it just has, I think, like 1.5 inches or probably 1.5 inches, just 2x2 rib crew neck on it. And I'm going to take and do that probably... I'm thinking probably 6 inches, 6 or 7 inches, and halfway through I'll go up to a larger needle, and then it can flop over. So
cool.
I think it's going to be really cozy.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. So, and like, I'm not changing anything too dramatically. Someone did I'll probably do the front button band a little bit wider too, just to kind of balance everything out. But yeah, somebody did it, knit it in a really pretty brown. It's at the top of I think I talked about this last week, it's at the top of the featured projects. And she did that really cool like fold over collar on it. So I'm excited to do that. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to rip this out. I only have, 3 of my 4 inches of ribbing done, and rip it out and do math and make sure everything works out right. So,
oh boy.
But yeah, no, that's okay. I'm not that far yet. So